Here, so let's talk about the Karmelo Anthony case. And before y'all come in my comments with y'all's dick suckers already going, we're gonna look at both sides and also the facts here, not just because I'm white, okay? So, y'all make this about a race issue when it really fucking isn't. Y'all always pull this fucking card and comparing it to other fucking crimes. So, I've been doing research and let's dive into it.
Let's talk about it. Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. The divide that this case has caused is unlike anything I've seen in a while, but we're going to talk about everything on both sides, what you've heard versus what we know now. This all takes place in April of last year, as a lot of us already know, and at that time, both Austin and Karmelo were 17-year-old high school juniors. Austin was a student and athlete at Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas, with a 3.97 GPA. He worked part-time at his dad's pizza shop, he was on the varsity track team, and he was a standout MVP linebacker on the football team, playing alongside his twin brother, Hunter Metcalf. Karmelo Anthony was a junior at Centennial High School, also in Frisco, Texas. He was voted captain of both of his school's varsity track and football teams. He held down 2 part-time jobs and maintained a 3.7 GPA. What we know is that on April 2nd, 2025, there was a regional track meet. Starts pouring down rain, so kids start running everywhere looking for shelter. Karmelo ran under the tent for Austin's high school. And I've seen every single bit after that point debated, so we'll go with what's been most widely reported. At some point, Hunter approaches Karmelo and tells him to leave their tent. Karmelo refuses to leave, so Austin steps in to back Hunter up. The argument escalates. Witnesses testify that they told him to leave 15 times within 2 minutes. Karmelo's defense argued that this classifies as a verbal ambush, and with Austin being about 50 to 60 pounds bigger than him, Karmelo felt cornered and intimidated. But another witness testified that Karmelo was calling them names and yelling that they weren't going to do anything about him being in the tent. The prosecution used this to prove that Karmelo wasn't actually intimidated at all. As the argument continues, Karmelo tells Austin, "Touch me and see what happens," as he's reaching into his bag. There's a clip of Hunter retelling what happened, and according to the sequence that he gives, he says, quote, Austin grabbed his backpack before he mentions that Karmelo reached into his. Now, I'm not sure if he's talking about Austin grabbing his own backpack or if he grabbed Karmelo's backpack, but that's what he said. Another witness testifies that as Austin steps forward to remove Karmelo from the tent, Austin says to him, "I'm not going to fight you," and then shoves Karmelo out of the tent. In that second, Karmelo pulls out a 3.5-inch multi-tool knife out of his backpack and plunges it into Austin's chest. Karmelo then ran to the other side of the track, where school officers would find and apprehend him. According to those officers, Karmelo was hysterically crying when he said, "I did it. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. I was protecting myself." He then asks officers if Austin is going to be okay and if his actions count as self-defense. Within minutes of arriving at the hospital, Austin Metcalf passes away.
This right here, it was actually proven. He did not pass away in the hospital. He actually passed away in his brother's arms on school. Mind you. Continue.
And on June 9th, 2026, Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murder. Now, between April 2025 and May of this year, a lot happened. Karmelo was initially held on a $1 million bond, but a judge reduced it to $250,000, citing his academic background and lack of a prior record.
A $1 million bond for a 17-year-old. Guys, he's not Hannibal Lecter. He didn't need that high of a bond. We just need actual common sense on this fucking case to figure out what the fuck happened. But I'm glad they did reduce that bond because that's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, let's continue.
The family posted bail, which allowed him to await trial at home, an outcome that sparked massive outrage from Metcalf supporters. At one point, it appeared that the Frisco Police Department released Austin's autopsy, revealing alcohol and substances in his system, and that there was evidence of a brutal fight prior to the stabbing, none of which was true. The FBI actually stepped in to track down the account that released this misinformation for criminal police impersonation. And then there was the crowdfunding. Austin's family set up a campaign for his memorial service, and they raised $250,000 via GoFundMe. Karmelo's family raised over $630,000 from supporters who believed that he acted in self-defense. It's been alleged that Karmelo's family actually didn't use the money for his defense and instead bought a $900,000 house and a luxury car. But Snopes actually investigated those claims and confirmed that the funds are actually still frozen in the account and untouched. In fact, Give, Send, Go, which is the platform that they used to raise the money, shut the entire campaign down just one day after Karmelo was found guilty. Their policy states that while they allow criminal defense funding for the accused, they strictly prohibit campaigns that financially support individuals convicted of violent crimes. Any remaining funds or donations sent after the verdict are expected to be refunded. Now let's get to the racism accusations.
Another thing, okay? It's not about race. It's really not. We need to look about the facts about this. Now, prior to the stabbing or afterwards, everybody made it about race, and then some unmentionable racist groups joined in and everything, and that's not okay. But we need to understand this isn't because he's a young black male, it's because I'm gonna give my opinion at the end. But as I think all parties are in the wrong. The dead boy, his brother, and Karmelo. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
During the time before the trial, some white supremacist groups went to Frisco, Texas to hold Protect White Americans rallies, explicitly calling for Karmelo to be lynched. There would be a strict gag order silencing both families on the case, but before that, Austin's father, Jeff Metcalf, publicly spoke out, completely denouncing and disavowing the KKK and white supremacist groups, stating that they are using his son's tragic death to push a hateful agenda, and the family completely rejects it. But after the trial, there was this.
Oh, there was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Because they ain't only black people. White people do the same.
You're right. It's not just blacks. It's all races that do this as well. But you're not helping your case. You're really fucking not. Like, I understand you're grieving about your dead son, but what you're doing right now and getting angry and going on the internet is not going to help your case whatsoever. It's actually going to paint it on the bad side for you. If we're being all truly honest. But let's continue.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you?
You just proved my point, bruh. Oh, that's not gonna end well for you. Oh my god. Are you that stupid, my guy? Really? Like, I'm sorry. He wants to say that he's not in support of those groups, but then says something like that. I'm sorry, yeah. This is what I'm talking about right here. Y'all want to say it's a race issue, but then this stuff right here gets dragged out. It's not that exactly. In the court itself, I do believe we need an unbiased court on both sides and jury. I'm gonna be honest. So let's continue. Eesh.